I'm going to go ahead and do a side-by-side of the Senseo 1 cup coffee machine and the Keurig 1 cup coffee machine. First things first, I want you to notice the differences. They're roughly about the same size. I would say the Keurig is just a little bit wider than the Senseo. But all in all, they take up the same amount of counter space. They work similar, but definitely not the same in the world of coffee makers. So let's go ahead and get them turned on. And the Keurig has a pretty blue backlight display. Let's see who gets ready. They both take a little while to get ready. I would say between 2 and 3 minutes to get ready to brew a cup of coffee. While we're waiting for them to get ready, I do want to show you some more differences. The Senseo, as you can see back here, this is the water reservoir for the Senseo. Tiny, tiny, tiny. This is filled up to maximum capacity right now, and once you're done making a decent sized cup of coffee, and by decent I mean a bigger mug, definitely not the tiny little teacups that most coffee machines want you to make. I am a big cup girl here, definitely like my mugs of coffee. Anyway, when you're done with the Senseo, making one cup size, your water reservoir is pretty much drained. That's a big bummer right there when you are a big time coffee drinker, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to stop and refill the water tank every time I want to make a cup of coffee. And as you can see on the Keurig, it's definitely a lot bigger. Definitely a lot bigger. I actually tested it out when I first got the machine, and I would say you can make at least 3 big size mugs of coffee before it even prompts you to refill the water reservoir. So while we're getting this going, I'm going to go ahead and load the Senseo. Now, another thing about the Senseo, to make a large size cup of coffee, is you need 2 of their Senseo pods. Now keep in mind, most packages of Senseo coffee only come with between 16 and 18 pods per package. Not a lot of cups of coffee out of one package. So that one's all ready to go. And we're going to move the Keurig here and get it ready. You open it up, and this is the little container here where the Senseo K-Cup goes, or the Keurig K-Cup goes. Just pops in there. You don't have to do anything. Shut the top, and when it's done heating up and ready to go, it'll let you know. Right now it's sucking up some water and getting it ready to go. And by the sound of it, it's just about done. Now I'm going to do them separately here so you can see just the sound difference and how loud the Senseo is compared to the Keurig. Now this is the Keurig. When it's ready to go, you can see up here it says ready to brew, and all 3 of your cups are blinking down here letting you know it's ready to go. You'll just have to pick one and press the button to get the proper size cup of coffee. So let's start with the Senseo here first and listen to how loud it is to make a cup of coffee with this machine. Here we go. Taking quite a while too, isn't it? And it's loud. Don't try doing that with a sleeping baby in the next room. You're liable to wake them up. Okay. So the Senseo's done. It does, make a decent cup of coffee with a nice crema on top. However, look, it's awfully drippy. So you got to keep the cup there for a good extra few minutes, just so you're not cleaning out the drip tray every other cup. Okay, and here we go with the Senseo again. I'm just going to open it up. Put it back down until we're flashing again. Now again, I like a big cup of coffee. There are 3 different sizes. First being the standard teacup size, then being a smaller mug size, then the other one being a large travel size mug. I've found that even for, you know, a fairly small mug size here, the biggest cup setting does work best for that. So I'll go ahead and push that and listen to how quiet this machine is. It's sucking up the water, and here it comes. So super quiet compared to the Senseo machine. Pretty quick too, in my opinion, considering it's only got one spout in which the water comes out of, compared to the 2 with the Senseo. Okay, and it's going to be almost done here. And what I want you to notice is that the cup isn't full, but what I have discovered trying around with it is you don't necessarily have to use, let it finish there, you don't necessarily have to use another K-cup just to get that about 2 inches worth of coffee. What I do is I wait until the machine's done thinking, as you can hear it doing its little thing right now. And once it's done making those sounds, I'll open up the top again like I was going to load another K-cup, put it back down, and as soon as it's had a chance to reload, which it has, I'll just go ahead and I'll hit the small teacup size. And this in no way affects the brew strength, because I'm a coffee drinker that likes my brew extremely strong. I'm definitely an extra bold coffee lover. But by doing this, it gives me a full cup of coffee, and the strength is not compromised at all. So it'll stop here pretty soon, and you'll have pretty much right at the top of your cup full of coffee, and you're ready to go. Now, obviously, if you take cream in your coffee, you're not going to want to do that. But if you don't, it's a great way to maximize your K-cups. Okay, so that is the difference in brewing with the Keurig and the Senseo machine. The great thing also about the Keurig, that it has features that the Senseo does not have, obviously. It has the blue glowing backlight in which you're able to set a clock on. You're also able to set a wake time if you like to have your coffee brewed when you're getting up and out of bed. It can do that for you. You can change the temperature setting on it. Say you have children and you know that they do make tea K-cups, they do make hot chocolate K-cups. You're able to turn down the brew temperature so that your kids don't have to worry about getting scalded. It's a really great machine. You can also set an auto on-off timer besides being set for when you want to wake up. It also has an auto off time. You know, if you get up, say before your spouse does, and you want to get the machine going, it'll stay on up to, I believe, 4 hours. Let's see how long you can change it here. So if you hit the menu button, that's the clock setting, is the first setting. The next one is the auto off, and you can change it. Let's see how far it goes up here. It actually goes all the way up to 9 hours. You can keep this machine on standby for 9 hours, or you can set it for as little as an hour. What that means is you're able to go ahead and program that so that if you only need it on for a couple hours, you can have it on and it'll automatically turn itself off. No more worrying about whether you've left the machine on and whether your house is going to burn down. You don't have to worry about it. And when it's off, even though it's not lit blue any longer, you can see that it does have the automatic clock on there. It's definitely aesthetically more pleasing than the Senseo.